Yeah, y'all, it's your boy Philadelphia Freeway, and you tuned in to King's Court with my man DJ Hustle.
Yo, this your boy Trick Daddy Dollars, and I'm in King Court with my dog DJ Hustle.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is B.O.B. and right now you're locked into King's Court. And my brother from another, DJ Hustle.
Tuned into King's Court TV. I am DJ Hustle, your host. And today, man, we got a special guest with me right now, man. He going incognito real quick, live from Atlanta, Georgia, the Renaissance Hotel at the airport. He's opened up and shared the stage for people like Teddy Riley and Guy, Patti LaBelle, Mary J. Blige, The Whispers, Keith Sweat,
Yeah. Oh, this man is
Ludacris, Keisha Cole, Bobby Valentino, Too Short,
right.
and the late great Gerald Levert.
Yep, that's true.
My man.
Yes, sir.
See, to the mother.
Already, it's the greatest interview ever
That was the greatest interview ever.
because you did your homework.
Appreciate it.
Most people, when they do an interview with me, they don't know too much. It's just different type of questions that don't really make sense. And this right here, I can already see is on point. So congratulations on that.
Appreciate it, man. We appreciate having you. You taking your time. We know you're busy 4 days in Atlanta.
Yes, sir.
Was it 7 shows?
Yeah, 7 shows.
Yeah, 7
Had
shows.
to compete with the great Jay-Z and Beyonce, but I did very well, so I'm excited.
Yeah, they were in town, so you did your thing, man. You about to hear that, but we wanted to sit you down real quick and let everybody know this man has a lot of layers to him, man. So we're gonna get him back because it's gonna be a little shorter version because he's on the move, but he has a lot of layers. He knows a lot of people in the industry. He touched a lot of people. Got a lot of friends, and you know he deals with senators and doing stuff in the community. So. You know, we're gonna get to there's a lot of stuff I want to ask you, but we're gonna keep this one to your promo because today, October 26th is the date. You're releasing a comedy album called Gangster Conversation.
Right.
Tell us about that.
Well, it's a hip hop comedy album. It's believe it or not, it's been a project I've been working on since 1994. It was an idea that I came up with. I was gonna also start a comedy thing like Def Jam called Ruthless Comedy with the late Eazy-E. And Eazy-E, we got the paperwork together, be Jerry Heller, we was about to rock it, it was about to be cold. And Easy passed. So it was a dream that had to be buried for a minute. Then I tried to do it with Baby, but Baby got it so rich, he was thinking about me. Tried to do it with 50, and 50 got so big, he couldn't do it. So I had to wait my turn, and I wound up doing it myself. So it was a great journey. What it taught me was never to give up. Things do happen when they're supposed to happen. And it got a lot of great people on. I did the remake of Orange is Jones, Walking in the Rain. I did an animation with this gentleman named DeMarco, called Cartoon Pusher. He's the one that created the video. I directed it. We got Ecstasation in the video because he's a friend of mine before he passed. Now he's on the song. He's in my Netflix special as well. And Orange is Jones is in it, and the people are really gonna love. Especially the kids, they're gonna really love to see him in his animated situation. I think it's real cool.
Okay. So when I say comedy album, and you said animation, so is it a comedy album like your old Red Fox Richard Pryor's? Is it gonna have like some lyrical
Well, it's music,
content?
and then it blends into my stand-up comedy. Like I think what Lil Duval is doing is great for his lane to show that there's a market for this type of thing. He's doing very well with it, but mine is a more grown-up, more of a message. You know, it deals with about the Walk in the Rain deals with double standards of men. We'll be players, but we really like a female. You better not cheat on me. You know, we use intimidation. We talk stuff. So it's that type of song to bring awareness to domestic violence, to make men check themselves. That you're gonna be a player. That if your girl cheat, be a man and understand that those are consequences, right? And then we go into the stand-up comedy, which is just classic T.K. Kirkland. You know, raw, in your face. If you can't handle it, don't listen to it. don't buy it because it's gonna hurt and people gonna think I'm hating. But I always tell people, truth sounds like hate to those who hate the truth.
That's a good way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
And you said your comedy is raw and straight to the point because we're gonna flash back to about '88 real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And you were on tour with NWA.
Yeah, I like what they did. The message that Easy, Ice Cube, and them was doing, they were just reporters of the streets. And that's what I became. I became a reporter of the streets. And then I took that style and ran with it. Then other comedians started piggybacking off my style, not knowing the ground root of how all that originated. And I can't worry about that, you know. Just want to stay in my lane, do what I do, no problems, create pretty much one of the biggest catalogs in Afro-American history as a comedian. The plan that I have, nobody's done it, so I don't want to give it out, but it's gonna be awesome. So I'm excited. So we dropping this album October 26th. Then we dropped the special. I was gonna drop everything the same week, and I changed my mind. So the special comes out in January, February. The book comes out April, and then we drop the next album October called T to the Motherfucking Cat.
Okay, so that's next year.
That's next year, October.
October 26th, we got Gangsta Conversation. January.
You got the special called Who Raised You.
Is that gonna be with Netflix or Amazon?
Still haven't known. I'm gonna know in a couple of weeks. The reason why we slowed down the negotiations, believe it or not, I'm a businessman. I'm waiting to see what that album sales does that first 2 weeks, and bam, we rolling. Okay. Because it's all about more money.
Yeah, so the exposure.
Exactly.
Something out fresh.
Right. Right.
See, that is a business, man.
And see, everybody else works for somebody. I work for myself.
Right.
So, you know, like Little Duval works for Grand Hustle. You know, I work for me.
Right.
So it's a difference.
Yeah, you your own agent manager.
Own agent manager.
One-stop shop.
I'm one-stop shop.
OG. Last of a dying breed right here,
That's
man.
right. That's right.
So we got the TK Kirkland podcast. TK
Yes.
Kirkland show.
Mm-hmm.
What can people expect from that, and how can they tune in?
That's just a real thing too. It's really about men, women calling about advice. I teach you about how to give up child support. Is something that men should know because it's really against the law for a man to be on child support. I think people should really listen to the program. Oh, yeah, it's cold, brother. I had a guy hit me up and explain to me that how the system has just manipulated men about child support. You can really sue. You can sue. You can't sue the state. You got to sue the feds. Wow. Yeah, it's cold. And then I give information that people wouldn't even expect, from real estate to, like, they have programs now, like say you own your own business and you're making good money, you can go through or get a bank loan instead of just dealing with an actual loan to get your house. That and believe it or not, it's not tedious like the way they do other stuff. Oh, wow. So and it'll help people to prevent bank fraud, mortgage fraud. You know, because you might want to change your number. You might want to do this and do that, or get a fake W-9. And when you got the bank statements, bam, go right in and do your thing, and you let the number speak for itself. And have your credit card number, have your credit card information right, and you can really get in a home. That's important. So I do that kind of stuff. I bring that type of stuff to my show. Okay.
Make sure y'all check it out, man. Tell them where they can catch it at again.
Yeah, this TK Kirkland show is on iTunes, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts. Charlamagne the God is the executive producer of the show, and so that's a good look. You know, Loudspeaker Network, and it's a good thing.
Yeah, and speaking of Charlamagne, that's a good friend of yours.
Yes.
And in 2016, you did your first Breakfast Club interview.
Yeah, that was 2016? Yeah. I was wondering what year that was.
2016.
Okay.
So, and that kind of changed everything up for you. Tell us how that worked out. What changed for you after that first interview?
Well, the first interview was because I was so honest about who I was, about my past and the things I had did to people, that people just embraced. Because what somebody said to me, you could tell I was just really so sincere. And that's what it was. And bam, they had some big numbers, and the rest is history. So they asked me to do a podcast, and I didn't want to do it. You know, I made them wait like a year, and then I said, I'll do it. Bam. in the podcast, one thing has led to the other. So the podcast led to me having my own label deal, to get my Netflix or Amazon special, to maybe a shoe line, to a makeup line. Because things I like to do, when I get an idea, I run with it, and people just come to me organically. And when you get things organically, it's better than making a phone call, knocking on somebody's door, and someone bullshitting you for 20, 30 minutes. And then you dialing their number, nobody's calling you back. So I always teach people the entrepreneurship, to try to do things on your own.
Yeah, and you are a big businessman, because little people know it, they might not know it, but you've helped a lot of people in their careers.
Yes.
So I'm gonna give you a few names and just tell us what you helped them with as far as their career path.
Right.
Mike Epps.
Mike Epps, I met Mike Epps in Atlanta in the 80s, and I just thought he had a real good look, because I always had my business hat on. So I took him under my wing, took him up to New York City. He hung out with a friend of mine at that time called TC. We worked, we got everything together, we grind, until he built up his craft. And then it was a time where I had to really let him blossom on his own, because some things I just don't deal with. So he blossomed on his own, and he had the talent to take it the rest of the way. And it's good to see that he made good choices and he's living a good life, because it could have went another direction. So to see that with him is a beautiful thing. Yeah, I just sit back, and he put me in this book and everything, so shout out to Mike Epps. We have our differences on other issues, on how I feel. We don't have to bring that up. But I'm really happy to see him looking good and having a good time with his grandchildren and all that kind of stuff, because it definitely could have went another direction.
Yeah, he was a street guy.
Yeah.
So the next one is John Leguizamo.
Yeah, John Leguizamo. What I did was in the 80s, I worked with two other men, Tommy Chesterow and David Klingman were my partners. So I was a comedian with them, but everything I do, I always have to come up the ranks, because I'm always thinking like that. So I became a partner, and we did everything from Sandra Bullock, John Leguizamo, Mike Epps, and Godfrey. Godfrey. Yeah, Godfrey. D.L. Hughley wasn't part of the team, but D.L. was just a personal interest of mine. Like, taught him how to dress, because I used to, believe it or not, I was the dressing guy back in the day. You know, the linen pants, the nice jackets and all that. And then when I hooked up with NWA, it was jeans, sneakers, and tees, and boom, that was it. It was gone.
Yeah, NWA days. We're going to touch on, we're going to bring you back, we're going to touch on the NWA and all that stuff. I want to, but, I don't want to get too intricate into it. But yeah, you ran that business, like you say, Sandra Bullock, because she was a comedian before an actress, right?
I really don't know. I know she got lucky. She went for an audition with Sylvester Stallone. She didn't get the part, but it was some type of sexual harassment thing with Sylvester Stallone and another actress. They fired her. And she got the part. And the rest is history.
Sandra Bullock. And people also may not know that you own the first black-owned comedy club in L.A.
I didn't own it. It was a guy named Michael Williams that was the owner. I was one of the guys that started with him. It was me and the great Robin Harris. Yeah, and what it was is Robin Harris had the traditional people, I guess say older folks, and I had the streets on lock. You hear me? I had every drug dealer, every booster, everybody that was just fly, especially in them days.
Yeah, you was out there hanging with King Avery Wayne.
Had
Murphy at 19.
When I say had it on lock, had it on lock.
Yeah, you was doing it. And in the 90s, Prince had a club called The Mansion.
Right, yep, sure did.
You kind of ran that too, right?
Yeah, I used to do comedy shows up there, work with Prince, did some shows up there in Minnesota. So it was a good look. I had a good time. Man, some real good times, matter of fact.
Yeah, you were back a little bit. Yeah,
it was a good time. Sure was. Prince was the man, boy.
So how was Prince?
Prince a quiet dude. I see a lot of people don't know I'm a quiet dude too. Most people just see me on stage all the time. But I'm usually a quiet dude to myself. A lot of thinking, a lot of thoughts, because I got so much to think about. So I was like, it's like chess to me. I gotta move this here, move that there,
it all out,
make sure this is, it's crazy. But it's interesting.
All right. And I learned something new about you recently that I didn't know, that right here in Atlanta, a woman accused you of rape.
Yes.
You were acquitted or didn't even
Never got to that
Never
point.
got charged.
Everybody knew she was lying.
And then you got her locked up.
I got her locked up.
How'd that work out?
We set her up, basically. And she pretty much told on herself. You know, and it was just a bad thing that she would do that. And I can understand some women getting emotional because, you know, we had sex the day before, and the next night I'm in the club with another girl, rubbing the shoulder, she walking by and shit. Somebody was pissed, you know. But you don't put that kind of shit on no man. Like, fuck that.
No, you don't do that. You don't do that. All right.
Yeah, y'all, it's your boy Philadelphia Freeway, and you tuned in to King's Court with my man DJ Hustle.